Vintage Backyard RC.
Hello and welcome to Vintage Backyard RC. Hold on a second, I'm just kidding you guys. That's better. Hello and welcome. Well, as you guys can see, the scenery's changed here a little bit. We are in a new location. Unfortunately, we don't have a track yet, but the good news is I have way more room for activities. So once we get something built, it's going to be amazing. What I do have is a lot of footage that I haven't shown you guys from the old place. Cars like this RC10, what I call the carbon copy. What I'm trying to do here is copy what we did back in the mid to late 80s, right before the JRX Pro came out, or the factory graphite team associated RC10. We were taking our gold pans and hopping them up. We literally had thousands of upgrades available for these cars. Trailing arm suspension, belt-driven gearboxes, chain-driven gearboxes, four-wheel drive conversion kits. Heck, you could even change out the original gold pan chassis, the heart of this car, for something fancy like this graphite item here. We picked this girl up. She was an absolute basket case, and I ain't kidding you. Fixed her all up, did a little video. A card will pop up here if you want to go watch that. And I got her back ready for the road. Let's see how she performs. I can't wait to see how she compares against the JRX Pro or the graphite RC10. And if you guys can do me one favor, I need it now more than ever. Please hit that sub button. I had a look at my views versus subscription count, and it's not good. It's a little depressing, so boy, I need it now more than ever. That's it, man. Let's get on the track. Let's watch some slow motion. Let's have a chat below, and stay tuned. Built off the backbone of a classic gold pan RC10, we have this 80s-inspired hopped-up racing buggy. And with what would be considered a premium upgrade for the day, she is sporting this amazing composite craft carbon chassis. Up front, we have these classic Andes front lower control arms and an early set of Lunsford titanium turnbuckles. I have to admit, I was a little bit hesitant on running the Andes A-arms. They're a little bit rare, they're the only ones that I had, but I wanted to see what it was all about. I rebuilt the front shocks using a Boki Racing RC10 shock O-ring kit and added some fresh oil, nice and plush now. I decided to keep the universal swing shafts from the original car. There was a few things out back then that we could have run. This is fair game. And I had to run those black RIT dyed lower control arms. Man, did we abuse that stuff. Rear shocks are re-oiled and sealed with that Boki kit. Good to go now. So we mounted our normal Pro Buggy Schumacher 2.0 spike tires to these amazing vintage Pro Line nylon wheels. Man, they look sweet. So there you have it. We painted up this Boki Racing Viper body with a very superstar-inspired retro racing livery, and we're ready to hit the track. I can't wait to see what this car does. Whew. It hooks. Little too tight, guys. Well, that was a lot of fun. A bit difficult to drive, I'm not going to lie. So the slow motion debrief should be pretty interesting. So without further ado, the RC10 carbon copy did a lap in. Wow, 1046. A bit slower than our RC10 graphite factory car, but it was quicker than a gold pan. Pretty awesome. Let's hit the slow motion, have a chat about it, and we'll have a chat below. Stay tuned. So what do I think? Well, that was action-packed. The car was actually pretty hard to drive up on the deck because it had all the steering, man. It just rotated in and you were along for the ride. Now once I got used to that, it wasn't too bad, and we started making faster laps. Now in the dirt sections of the track, this gave the car a lot of turn-in, but it was quite the challenge to get the buggy to square up for the jumps. As you could see over those jumps, we lost it a few times, ended up in the piping. The buggy handled way different compared to, say, a box stock Gold Pan RC10. The onset of the jump was pretty good. The buggy went nose high, but it had a very aggressive arc down, so it went nose down pretty quick. Took some throttle control to get a hold of that. And I think we talked about this on the graphite car video. When the 6-gear trans is not mounted to that aluminum chassis, it's a totally different sound. Pretty cool. The car needs a better setup for sure. Those Andes front arms made a big difference over the original Gold Pan arms, so this car is going to be fun to play around with later on. So that's it, guys. It was really nice to get some content out. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope to talk to you all soon down below.